Today, I'm going to explain a horror mystery movie called Follow Me. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The movie opens inside a chartered airplane where YouTuber Cole Turner has just woken up. He is in the bathroom gearing up for what seems to be another busy day of content creation. Oh, everything looks exciting and glamorous on the surface. Cole clearly seems to be feeling the effects of being a full-time influencer. He braces himself and comes out of the bathroom as a different man, someone who is upbeat and full of energy. Our lives are so tough, man. Coal miners don't know shit. Following this, we get a deeper look at the online persona of Cole, a famous vlogger with millions of followers on his channel, Escape Real Life. He makes vlogs about dangerous stunts that his subscribers challenge him to do. Cole has already done some wild stuff, like being buried alive and infiltrating a cult. Now, to celebrate the 10-month anniversary of his channel, he is planning something really big. He is currently on a flight to Russia with his girlfriend Erin, his best friend, as well as pro skater Thomas, and other friends Dash and Samantha. Dash claims to have a wealthy friend named Alexei who wants to challenge the team with an escape room. He adds that this challenge is different from anything they have done before and even has been specifically made for them. Cole then excitedly informs his followers about the upcoming Russian escape room experience, which will be live streamed for everyone to see. A few hours later, they arrive at the Moscow International Airport, where Dash immediately gets up to his usual trouble, making shenanigans. He goes inside the baggage claim conveyor belt and gets apprehended by airport security, but before he is taken into custody, a Russian man uses his wealth and influence to release him. The guy turns out to be Alexei, the very person who's sponsoring the team on this trip. I see you are all very stupid. Good. Soon afterwards, Alexei leads the group outside and introduces them to his girlfriend, Victoria. The affluent Russian then takes the team to his luxurious villa and raises a welcome toast for them. Then, all of them head to an exclusive club and have the time of their lives. Feeling hyped up from the fun night, Cole goes live, but is soon interrupted by two nervous fangirls. He welcomes them, and even includes both the girls in his vlog. But Cole does not pay attention to the fact that his girlfriend Erin is getting harassed over at the bar. It is not until Thomas scolds him that he finally does something. Cole rushes to help Erin, but things begin to escalate out of control. Even the wealthy Alexei looks intimidated because the two guys that were being touchy seem to be a part of the Russian mob. Alexei takes out his knife to threaten one of the mobsters, which only prompts the other to whip out a gun. But luckily, a couple of security personnel arrive just in time and escort the two men away. Later, instead of checking up on his girlfriend, Cole wonders if the incident was caught on camera. This hurts Erin's feelings, and she accuses him of only caring about his fame. Well, yeah, that night, Cole ponders over this and realizes that Erin actually has a point. He wants to make up for his mistake and decides to spend some time together with her. Early the next morning, they get picked up by Alexei's driver, who behaves rather weirdly from the get-go. He initially refuses to let them get off at their desired location because apparently Alexei ordered him to drop them off somewhere else. However, when Cole insists on sightseeing first, the driver lets them roam around on their own. The driver also hands in some folded-up Russian cash, since Cole doesn't have any ruble on him. We then get a romantic montage of the couple exploring the city, which ends when they enter a local restaurant. Unbeknownst to them, there is a red note tucked between the money that the driver gave them. It accidentally falls on the floor when Cole takes out the cash. Shortly after, the waiter walks up to them and says that their meal has already been paid for by Alexei. He further acts that the driver is waiting for them right in front of the entrance. Cole gets weirded out as he realizes that Alexei has been spying on them. Just as they are about to leave, the waiter hands Cole the red note that he had dropped on the floor. After leaving the place, Cole and Erin are taken back to the hotel, where they join their friends. The whole team is then driven to the exclusive escape room prepared for them. Before they start, Alexei tells them to calm down and explains that everything here is fake, no matter how real it looks. Meanwhile, Cole goes live for the last time before starting the game. He promises his fans that everything that happens inside the escape room will be streamed live through the security camera. Following this, two men with gas masks enter the room, along with Alexei, who poses as a translator. He explains to them the context behind the escape room. They're being held in Bolshevik prison, where enemies of the state were held, tortured, and killed. The main mission is that Cole must free his friends before the time runs out. Next, everyone in the group has bags placed over their heads, and they are led to the starting positions in the escape room. Cole is placed in a prison cell cell with the dead and naked corpse of a Russian soldier. Moments later, the timer starts, and Cole has 1 hour to complete the mission. He quickly goes to a locked door that leads to a room where his friends are held captive. He also sees an X mark on the gut of the corpse and realizes he's supposed to cut the body open. So, Cole reaches for the knife, which has been placed nearby, and makes an incision on the X mark. He then slides his hand inside and keeps searching until he finds a key in the stomach region. Using it, Cole unlocks the door to the next room, but as soon as he does so, the door behind him closes. The YouTuber, nonetheless, pushes forward and finds each of his friends inside a separate cell. They are all trapped in different kinds of torture devices. Aaron is inside a tank with a key in hand. Samantha is strapped to an electric chair. Thomas in some sort of a limb puller, and Dash inside a spiked coffin. Suddenly, Alexei begins speaking through a speaker installed nearby, reminding him how much time is left. Cole then walks up to his two friends, and Thomas reveals that he feels like his limbs are slowly getting pulled apart. Dash, on the other hand, says the coffin door is slowly starting to close in. Hearing this, Cole frantically tries to solve the puzzle that would set his friends free. At first, everyone seems chill, but every time Cole puts in the wrong piece, things start to get serious. The torture devices start pulling Thomas harder, while Dash's door starts closing faster, causing everyone to panic. Cole solves the first puzzle, but it seems to hasten everything. Thomas is now in even more pain, while the spikes move closer and closer to Dash. Cole hurriedly starts working on the second puzzle, and luckily solves it right before his friends are torn to shreds. After freeing the two, the boys head together to help get the girls out. They walk up to Samantha, who looks very uncomfortable and is begging to be let out of the chair. In this puzzle, they have to move a piece through a circular maze without touching the sides. Every time the piece makes contact with the sides, Samantha gets electrocuted. Dash, who initially thinks it's all fun and games, playfully touches the sides several times, but he stops when Thomas points out that Samantha is actually getting hurt. Following this, the guys move the piece through the maze until they get to the middle. Samantha is constantly electrocuted in the process, but her cell eventually opens. As soon as she comes out, she immediately says that she doesn't want to play the game anymore because it felt very real. Agreeing that everything is too extreme here, the guys try speaking to Alexei, but the latter doesn't seem to reply. Dash then admits that he actually doesn't know Alexei that well. This revelation angers Cole, as he believes that they might have been set up for failure, but they have no time to argue, as Aaron's water tank is quickly filling up. Luckily, Thomas knows how to solve this next puzzle. The goal is to have exactly 4 liters of water within a 3-liter and a 5-liter tank. Thomas quickly solves the puzzle, and the cell door immediately swings open. However, the water keeps filling up for some reason. Cole and Thomas try to open it from the top, but it's rusted shut. This finally sets everyone into a state of panic, and Cole begs that the game be stopped, but they are once again met with radio silence, indicating that they are on their own. Cole finally picks up a spare gear on the floor and starts hitting the tank, but after realizing that it's not going to break, he smashes the metal surface up top, while Aaron loses consciousness. Despite the odds, Cole manages to break open the top, and they quickly pull Aaron out. She is miraculously still alive, which means that the team have won this escape room. All of them are eager to be done with this stupid game, and they use the key that Aaron is holding to unlock the door to the waiting room. But to their horror, there is now fresh blood on the wall, and everything is in disarray. The timer is also up, meaning the game should have been long over, and someone should be here to pick them up. This makes the group realize that Alexei must have gotten into some sort of trouble during the game. Not wanting to be stuck here for much longer, Cole breaks the waiting room's lock. This is where the group witnesses a gruesome sight. The escape room employees are lying dead outside, and Alexei's girlfriend, Victoria, gets executed in front of them. The shooter is one of the mobsters from the club, and he doesn't seem to be done yet. The group is then surrounded by thugs and taken inside a car. As the scene fades to black, the guy behind the wheel is revealed to be Alexei's driver. The scene abruptly changes to a confused Cole waking up inside a torture chamber. The other mobster from the club, whose name is Andre, walks in and points a gun to the side of his head. As it turns out, Andre is live streaming to the deep web and explains that people pay pay big bucks to watch famous people like Cole and his friends get tortured. Andre wants to save the best for last, so Cole gets thrown in a cell. There, he briefly watches Aaron in another cell through a TV recording. A few hours later, the TV switches on again. It shows Samantha in the torture room where Andre brutally slits her throat. The devastating sight activates Cole's fight-or-flight mode, and he begins hitting his rusty chains against the metal bed until it breaks. At this moment, Cole suddenly remembers the red note tucked inside his pocket. He quickly takes it out and sees that it contains some sort of a code. Cole then barricades the cell door and climbs inside the air conditioning vent. While he crawls his way through, he comes across a view of Dash inside the torture chamber. Cole watches on helplessly as Andre chops off Dash's arm before drilling a hole into his heart to kill him. The sight causes Cole to recoil in horror, which alerts the goons to his presence, but he quickly crawls his way to a room and sneaks past a few Russian thugs until he comes to another room. There, he finds a red door, which curiously has a keypad on it. Cole quickly approaches it and types in the code that he saw earlier on the red note. To his surprise, it works, and the door swings open to a garage. Cole then finds Alexei's driver waiting for him and immediately orders him to explain everything. However, the man tells Cole that he doesn't have a lot of time. He urges him to escape as soon as possible and even hands him the car keys. Moments later, two henchmen enter the garage, forcing Cole to hide quickly. They find the red note on the floor and punch the driver before taking him inside. This leaves Cole with the chance to finally escape, but he ultimately decides to stay as he can't leave his friends behind. Following this, Cole goes inside and breaks out Thomas before leading him away from the thugs. They eventually reach the end of the hall and see an elevator shaft, which can be the perfect escape route. Unfortunately, one of the Russian thugs finds them and quickly rushes towards the spot with a gun in hand. He then lunges at them and ends up falling down the shaft along with Thomas. Now, with his best friend dead, Cole breaks down and begins sobbing uncontrollably. But he realizes that his girlfriend Erin might still be alive. Almost forgot about her. So he gathers his remaining strength. Cole picks up the gun the henchman left on the floor and tries to find her. He keeps sneaking around and shockingly discovers that Alexei is not only alive, but is also helping Andre in this whole thing. It seems that the Russian goons have found out about the red note, and Alexei shoots the driver dead. Nonetheless, Cole quietly trails after them as they leave the room. It doesn't take long for him to discover that the bad guys have brought Aaron to the torture chamber. Without a second thought, Cole breaks through the door and enters the room where Aaron has been tied to a chair. But as soon as he does so, Andre points a gun at her. He threatens to finish her off if Cole doesn't drop his gun. Upon hearing this, Aaron tearfully tells her boyfriend that it's okay if she dies, and Cole pretends to relent. The bad guy also drops his guard for a second, and Cole gets the perfect opportunity to shoot him, but in a shocking twist of fate, Andre also ends up shooting Aaron in the head right before he drops dead. While Cole is distracted by the tragedy, two henchmen walk in and drag him inside another room, but Cole quickly locks himself before they can get in. He then manages to escape through another vent and soon finds himself in an empty, dark room with Alexei. An enraged Cole immediately bashes the Russian guy's skull with a gun, but this is when a series of giant screens are switched on. Several video clips begin playing that reveal the behind-the-scenes of everything that just went down. Turns out, this was all part of an elaborate prank organized by Cole's friends to celebrate his channel's 10th anniversary. Every detail of the escape room was specifically designed to shock Cole. Seconds later, everyone, Aaron, Dash, Thomas, excitedly walk inside the room to congratulate Cole. For your 1-year anniversary, we're gonna cut your balls off. Just a joke, a celebration though. Only to gasp in horror at the gruesome sight. They look shocked as Cole sits next to Alexei's corpse. As the movie ends, we see that the whole thing is being live streamed to hundreds of thousands of fans. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.